It's time for breaking bread with Papa. Hey, don't you know? Hey, it's sourdough. Hey, it's time for breaking bread with Papa. Hey, don't you know? Hey, it's also a show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of Breaking Bread with Tom Papa. I am Tom Papa. Thank you for being here. We've got a great one for you today. We have the very funny, the very talented Ms. Pat. She's so good. Her third season of the Ms. Pat Show is out now on BETPlus. She is such a great comic, just so truthful, so funny, and this interview is amazeballs. I'm so glad that she got to come and hang at the table with us. So we're going to be welcoming Ms. Pat, just a special person in the comedy scene. I'd like to thank the good people at Helix Sleep, for coming on board and sponsoring today's program. Is there anything worse than going to a mattress store and having to try and buy a mattress from creepy dudes in a weird strip mall, watching you and your wife lay around on a mattress as they glare at you from the hallway? Oh, there's nothing worse. And you don't even know what you're buying. It's disgusting. Finally, someone has come along and solved that problem. Helix mattress online, and you can receive easy delivery when you order. Helix is offering up to 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/papa. Get up to 20% off the mattress that you select and 2 free pillows. It's the best offer yet. It won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. I'm very excited to bring up this interview with Ms. Pat. She is truly just naturally funny. She was one of the first guests actually on my radio show over on the Sirius XM, and she just made such noise in comedy because her background, her life is so unusual and so dramatic, and she turned it all into comedy. And it's just so absolutely truthful. There's no fake anything about Ms. Pat. She just speaks her mind, is truthful and funny. And it just got the attention quickly through the comedy community. And then they came knocking to do her own show. And we'll get into that, how she navigated that and all the changes and all the reasons why it seemed like it wasn't going to work out. But great comedy and comedians prevail, and she's rolling into another season. I give her a bread. I don't know what she's going to do with it because she's running around on the road. Not too sure. My bread baking has been pretty exceptional, I will say. I've been in a pretty good rhythm, but for some reason my sourdough starters have split from 2 into 3, and I have no memory of why the third one emerged. I think maybe one was in trouble and I peeled off and thought I'll have a safety, but now I'm confused on what they are. So now I've got 3 that I'm tending to, and I'm nervous to throw out one because of its unique, because there were 2 unique ones. I know this is a little boring. I'm just talking through my own paranoia right now, but I'm dealing with 3 now sourdough starters, and I'm feeding them like crazy, literally crazy, like a crazy person. I'm wondering if my garbage disposal is going to be completely backed up at one point. I definitely feel like at some point a plumber is going to come in and say, your pipes are now solid sourdough starter, because it is such like glue. And when that does happen and they do give me a $20,000 bill, my wife is going to say, see, I told you so. And I'll have to remind her of all those beautiful loaves of bread, which, by the way, I was caught shit for because I went on the road and came back, and the bread had run out. And she was saying, I just want you to know that I'm eating a hot dog bun that I found in the drawer for breakfast. And I was like, well, I just got off the road. She's like, I'm just saying, normally we have bread, and now I'm eating a hot dog roll. But being the good dad that I am, I opened the freezer. What was in there? A frozen, beautiful loaf of sourdough bread that she could have totally taken out. It was put in there exactly for that purpose. And you know what? I did take it out, and I left it on the cutting board, and then went away again. Granted, she came with me. She met me on the road. And then when we came back, my daughter hadn't taken one slice out of it. So what I'm trying to say is you really have to enjoy baking for the art of it, because there's a good chance you're going to live with some very ungrateful people who won't eat it. Aaron, I have bread for you today. Yeah, so get excited, because I love the other side of, like, when they're okay, so you do it because you love it. Then there are certain people in your life who really love the bread, like my friends Gil and Risa, and my neighbors, and those people like go nuts when I give it to them. Aaron, our steadfast producer, likes it so much. There's been times I give him a giant loaf of bread and it doesn't make it to his house, and he calls me from the road and with a mouthful of bread, and he eats the whole loaf before he even sees his family. All right, let's get into it. It's a nice healthy dose of Ms. Pat. Good to see you. Good to see you. Every time I'm on with you, you're telling someone a shush. When we would do it remotely, there was always someone coming in and you yelling at them, I'm doing a podcast.
my damn kids.
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's really great. Congratulations on the show. Season 3. Huge.
Yes, season 3.
What's it like to roll in as like an Emmy nominated actor, and now you've got season 3? Like, did you come in with more attitude? Did you fire people immediately when you walked on the set?
No, I didn't even fucking win. I was just nominated.
I know, but still.
Some people go crazy like that, not me. I still need that big win of an Emmy or anything else, but I mean, I'm the same little humble person. I look at those things. Emmy wouldn't certify me as I'm great, I'm good, I already know what I am.
Right.
So to me, those types of any trophy is just a dust collector.
Yeah.
I went to somebody's house, they had like 6 Emmys, and they was all faded.
All nicked up. And
this is what everybody worked for, the faded trophy. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't, it's just, I listen to the people.
Right.
Because I've seen shows win an Emmy and get canceled the same year.
Yeah.
So the people is what keep you on.
Right.
That's who I'm looking to make happy.
Right.
When they say, Miss Pat, I enjoyed your 3rd season, when they gonna give you another season, that means I've already won an Emmy or Oscar and everything else out there you can win.
Right.
So it's the people.
One time at the Comedy Cellar, I won't say the guy's name, but he wasn't getting spots at the Cellar. He was struggling, and they just weren't booking him. They weren't giving him stuff. And he came down with his Emmy and put it on the table and was like, I should be working here. I don't think he got another spot again. It was such a douchey move. You're like, who do you think you're dealing with?
Nobody gives a fuck about that lady holding that see-through ball. Are you funny?
Right?
No.
Exactly. You keep bombing downstairs.
And you can take your Emmy with you so it can make you look better while you bomb.
Right. Yeah, right. Put it up on the stool next to you. Every time a joke bombs, point at it.
Yeah.
And see what the audience does.
And
Nothing.
that Emmy was not for your stand-up comedy. We all know that. Okay?
Yeah. Feel underneath this bread.
Feel underneath.
I was running a little late because I was baking this for you.
You baked this?
Yeah, I baked that for you.
You baked this?
Yes.
So you
minutes ago.
You gonna bring a fat chick some bread?
Yeah. Who's gonna like it more?
You baked this?
Yeah.
You lying?
Take it out. Look how beautiful that is. Well, you didn't have to beat the shit out of the bag.
He baked this.
Yeah.
How the hell did you bake? Well, what are we gonna eat it with?
Well, you're gonna bring it wherever you're going. We won't eat it now.
Well, I'm gonna taste this shit.
You can taste
baked
it. All right.
It's real bread.
It's real bread. It's really good bread.
You bake bread?
Yeah, I bake bread all the time.
That's the worst shit you can eat.
Huh?
That's the worst shit you can eat.
Not this.
What is this, organic bread?
Pretty much. The reason people can't eat bread and it makes you fat is because it has all this other stuff in it. Like if you go to the store and you buy bread and you think it's good bread from the supermarket, it's got like 30 ingredients in it. It's got sugars. It's got all this extra crap in it. If you eat this bread, it's just flour, water, salt, and yeast. It starts, it actually breaks down its own sugars after it bakes. It continues to do that. This isn't like going to be fattening. Like I was kept thinking, people have been eating bread for centuries. Why is it when we're here, it's like the devil's food? It didn't make sense to me. And it's because we're not eating real bread. So I started baking it and eating it. We eat it all the time. And
Wow.
yeah. How does it taste?
It tastes like bread.
Good bread?
Shit, you just told me I've been eating bad bread.
Yeah.
It's stuck in my teeth, so it must be good bread. It tastes really good.
All right, good.
You bake bread.
I bake bread constantly.
Wow, I don't
Yeah.
bake. I don't
No?
cook.
You don't? You don't cook at all?
They say I'm horrible at it, and I really don't fucking like it.
What do you do with your kids?
Nobody has to cook anymore. They have something called Uber Eats.
It's true.
You ain't gotta do shit. All you gotta do is mash a button and somebody magically appear at your door with food.
I know. It is
My
pretty amazing.
family runs the shit out of Uber Eats. And it seems like the more our door open, the bigger my family get. I mean, I don't even know. Sometimes I look in the freezer, I'll be like, why did you buy this? You're not gonna cook it.
Right.
I wanted some fried chicken at the house the other night.
Uh-huh.
I go in, I said, I'm gonna buy me some chicken, I'm gonna fry it. It was fucking horrible. I think I killed my taste buds that night. I couldn't even taste some fucking chicken.
What did you
I
do
had
to
COVID.
it?
I don't know
What'd you
what
do
I
to
did,
it?
bro. I put it flowers, and then you know how with a wing, you gotta break it back so it'll fold up like a heart. And that motherfucker just kept unpopping, and it ain't like it wanted to fly. And so, this is when I know my food is bad. When my husband forced himself to eat it, but he dumped half the bottle of house sauce on it.
Right.
Yeah, I said, this shit ain't good. Girl just ate a whole plate of hot sauce.
That's my move whenever my daughter wants stir fry. And I'm like, oh, that's so boring. Just hot sauce all over the whole top.
I'm a horrible cook.
Can your husband cook?
Hell yeah.
Oh, really? So he's the one.
You have to have a passion for cooking, and
You
I
do.
don't have a passion for cooking.
Yeah.
My thing is, you know what I like? I like DIY shit. Hold on, I gotta get this out my tooth.
Like what? Like crafty stuff?
Hell no. I ain't no bedazzler chick. Too grown for that shit. I like building. I like tearing out stuff. I like putting it back together. That's the kind of stuff
Like
I
what?
like to do. Houses. Like now I'm the general contractor of my house I'm building.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Really?
And I just, my husband thought I was crazy because it's about 17,000 square feet.
Whoa.
And I did it all by myself.
That is huge.
And he was like, Pat, you should hire a general contractor. I said, for what? To make him take 20% of my budget? Fuck that. Hold on, I gotta get this to my
Wow.
teeth. Y'all edit this.
Yeah, take your time. It's going to bother you.
It's bothering the shit out of me. Okay,
You could swish.
I swallowed it. I didn't want to waste your bread.
That's good. My wife would love that. She watches HGTV all the time. It's just like, we
HGTV will
should be
make you
doing
tab
that.
some shit, and you don't know how to put it back together. So you got to go to like YouTube and TikTok so people really show you how to put it back together.
Have you done this before?
I've remodeled a home
Yeah.
once before, and I had a house built from the ground with my second one.
Whoa.
And this is my third one, so I just decided
Jeez.
to buy some land and tear it down and do it.
Wow. 17,000 square feet?
That's what I did.
Holy cow.
And
That's big.
It is. You know what's the hardest thing to doing all of this? Some of the things I had never heard of, like a soil test. Well, before you can build, you need a soil test to make sure that ground can hold that house.
Right.
And I couldn't find a soil test person. Who the hell do this kind of work?
Yeah, this is a soil tester.
I found one, and this guy literally came out and stuck a pole in the ground and said, "You good? It'll be $500." I was like, "What?" I said, what was you looking for? He said, I just wanted, you got to go 10 feet down and make sure the water ain't wet. I could have told him the damn water ain't wet down there. That'll be $500. I think he made like 3 holes in the ground.
Jeez.
I was like, how many of these do you do a day? He said, 6 or 7. I go home and go to sleep.
Whoa,
I bet you damn
that's a good
do.
job. What are we doing this for? Let's just get a pole.
Yeah.
My nephew's house just, he was going to buy his first house. He was all excited. And they went and tested around the yard. And the septic tank was too close to the water well. And whoever had this was like right up against each other, so the water was all contaminated, so he couldn't get the house.
Well, he wasn't gonna drink. He was gonna drink the well water.
Yeah, the well water. Yeah,
My
it's up
house
in
was
the
on well.
country.
Oh, my house is on well water.
Yeah.
And I said, no. I put it on county water.
You
city
did?
Water. Yeah, I can't drink this. I can't even drink city water. So you know I ain't drinking that no slugs running in. I'm not drinking that shit.
Water snakes.
Yeah, I'm not drinking that shit. So I just put mines on. And it's only strictly to keep our behinds clean. Huh? Come on, Pam.
Are you still working on it? I really screwed you up with this bread.
I don't even know where she came from. Ben got it out.
What's going to be the coolest room in the house?
The most fascinating thing about building it was it started off as one thing, and then once you get that house off that paper, and you realize, architect, you tell them how many square feet you want, they give you the square feet, but then you realize it's a lot of more space, in those ceilings that you can use.
Right.
So I ended up I have a movie theater downstairs, but I ended up putting one upstairs. And then
Double?
Then I decided I'm 50 and I'll be 51 in April. Do I really want to climb these damn stairs? So I put an elevator in there.
Nice.
And I kicked my grandson's room away and turned it into an elevator shaft.
He could sleep in the movie room.
He sleep with his sister because they really don't stay with me.
Oh, right.
So it was, but then I got hit with something called changes. You got to pay for the change. I'm like, hold on now.
To the architect?
Yeah, no, to the architect and the builder. Because somebody came over one day, was like, you got one set of stairs, but you got kids. I have younger kids.
Right.
And they was like, they're going to make your walls dirty. I was like, I need some back stairs. So I put in a whole set of back stairs. I'm like, the walls is not even up.
Oh, man.
And I spent a crap ton of money, but we're going to get this inspection in a couple of weeks, and hopefully I can put the walls up.
Oh, that's
finally.
Great. That is amazing. When you are on your set in your show, do you did you design it based on the way you were living before you?
In the beginning, the very first episode, you see the husband taking out wallpaper because we buy a house and we starting to fix some things, some DIY. So, if it go a few more seasons, you should see a big transformation. But they haven't really tapped into my DIY skills yet. But you saw a little of that in the first season. Right. Yeah.
It's pretty cool to kind of like show up on set and be living in your past.
It really do. It's fun. I tell you. I spent a lot of time back in the construction department too. That's why I like to hang out at, because they build these walls and stuff so quick, and you be like, this look good, and you touch the shit, it falls down.
Right.
But it's just for TV. But it's really cool.
Yeah,
it's a cool place to, like, if you into wood and building and want to create something.
Yeah, it is amazing. Where do you are you still in the writer's room? Or are you still?
Oh no, I'm in my writer's room.
Yeah,
I'm in my.
It still all comes from you.
Or
it goes
has
through
to,
you,
because if not, the show is shift into something that's not you, and my show is never going to shift into something I'm not. I'll walk away first.
Yeah.
But I have such a cool creator, and we're family before business, me and him. So,
I met him.
Yeah, you did meet him.
Yeah, on the radio show.
Yeah. So I just, he makes sure, and we both make sure that the show keep my voice.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do. You got to be proud of yourself. It's a difficult thing to take even a great comic and keep that voice when you put it in a show and you have other people involved. It's not easy. A lot of people get off the rails.
Well, and also, who was this that told me that? He was one of the redneck comics. What was his name? Foxworthy. He said when he was on his show, they wouldn't even let him in the writing room. Whoa. And that was one of the things I heard from comics who had shows or who was in developing shows. And I was like, no. If I'm not in my writing room, it won't be no writing room.
Yeah.
It won't be because I won't show up to act that shit out for you.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Because, you got a group of people back there that just want a paycheck, but their heart ain't in the show like your heart is in the show.
Right.
So I won't do that. I don't ever want to take on too many projects that I don't have time to put my total self behind.
Yeah.
So
right, yeah. I mean, because that's why people love the show. That's why it's successful, is that it's really truthful. I mean, because it's a multicam, and people started going away from them because they ended up being corny, and it wasn't the format. It's not doing it in front of an audience. It's just because the material was corny.
The materials was corny.
Right.
And, we're in a world where everybody wants to be safe. When they only want to talk about serious shit at the house, so only one or two people can hear them say those things. Well, we're never going to get better if we don't speak up about certain things or have conversations about certain things.
Yeah.
Everybody's so scared to offend.
Yeah. No, I just saw the clip of your first episode this season. And it's like, oof, right into it. There's no safety.
No, we don't do safety.
It's like, holy cow.
Because, think about you at the house. You at the house with your wife. You say what the hell you want to say.
Yeah.
And that's how real people talk at the house.
Yeah.
So why do you create these families on TV and make these people tiptoe around each other?
Yeah, right.
Half of them chemistry don't even go together.
No, exactly.
Who the hell stay in a marriage and they don't even have chemistry?
Right.
Unless the man is really rich and he's 99 years old and you in your 30s. Hell yeah, I'm going to be with him. He going to die. He rich. You don't need no chemistry with a 90 years old. He don't even know you there. It needs to feel real to people so they can feel like, they know you. They're part of your family.
Right.
We get all the time, oh my God, Miss Perry, you my mama, you my aunt, you my sister, you my dog, you my cat. I'm always some part of their damn family.
Yeah.
And they love it.
Yeah. It's weird. It's a weird thing. Do you feel that BET is giving you the
BETPlus? I think I gotta say, when we first got over there, I didn't know because the BETPlus was such a new platform. I think they may be 4 years old, and we're in our third season. And I tell my co-creator all the time, we was at Hulu. Who the fuck want to be at Hulu?
They were the first. They were the ones that bought it originally.
Fox bought it.
Oh, Fox
sold us to Hulu.
Got it.
Hulu shot the pilot and said, no. And so, and I told him, I tell my co-creator all the time, I said, you gotta think about it. I truly believe God was looking out for us because he know what you wanted to do and he know what would come out of my mouth. And he knew my stories and Hulu was not the place for it.
Right.
Because they probably would have censored the hell out of us and we would have quit.
Yeah.
So at BET, you with people who know how to be black in America.
Right.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Are they scared some of the shit we come up with? Hell yeah, they scared.
Yeah.
But I said, you gotta try it. My whole thing, I tell them all the time, look, scared money don't make no money. Y'all motherfuckers stop being scared. I live by that when I was selling drugs. Scared money don't make no money.
Right.
Put it out there. Let the people tell you what they like.
Right.
And we put it out there and they told us, we like this.
Yeah.
And then finally BETPlus said like, this is a show. We might have something.
We knew it all along.
Yeah, we knew it all along. You can tell from the first season promotion to the second and third season promotion.
Right.
Child, bye. I knew this was a hit. Shut the hell up.
Helix Sleep is a premium mattress brand that provides tailored mattresses based on your unique sleep preference. The Helix lineup includes 14 unique mattresses, including a collection of luxury models, a mattress for big and tall sleepers, and even a mattress made just for kids aged 3 to 12. So how did I find out about this Helix Sleep quiz? I took the sleep quiz. You go online, you go to Helix Sleep, and you take this little quiz, and it tells you, you answer questions about your body and your sleep preferences and your partners, and they spit back the perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. And your personalized mattress is shipped straight to your door free of charge. Does it sound risky that you're going to have like this big mattress that shows up? It's not risky, because if you don't like it, they'll come pick it up. After 100 days, up to 100 days, if you don't like it, they're going to come and get it. It's called the 100-night trial. And it comes with a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new Helix mattress. So you can't lose. Like I said earlier in the program, buying a mattress, you should keep it updated. You should not sacrifice sleep. The process was annoying. It no longer is. And at the end of it, you get a great mattress. Helix is offering up to 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/papa, P-A-P-A. This is the best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. Do it. Trust me. You'll get a good night's sleep. You'll be happy. And look, this is one of those times where a company comes along and makes something that was annoying actually streamlined and better. Thank you to Helix Sleep. Yeah, it really is true, though. It's the thing that it's the not being truthful that people, they don't even know what it is that's not truthful when you're watching shows. But they can feel it, and it's just not. Shows used to be raw. Yours is raw. Yours is real.
Norma Lear.
Right.
Archie Bunker. Archie Bunker was supposed to be a racist, but I remember my mama watching it, laughing her ass off because you gave him. Was George Jefferson was the person who played with
George?
To say he spoke up for the black, and Archie spoke up for the bigot white America, and they had real conversations.
Yeah.
And people just shied away from that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go let the racists die. No, can you have a conversation to see why that person think like that?
Right. And mess with them.
Yeah, mess with them. Didn't say, well, why? I never looked at it like that.
Yeah.
People, now they just, you're racist and run off.
And then it went away for decades. It's so crazy. When you needed it most. And then the Miss Pat show came along, and when we talk about real shit and we have real conversation. I had an abortion in 50 years old in his second season. And when I went to my co-creator and he wanted me to have an abortion, I said, well, let me tell you a few stories. I've had girlfriends who had an abortions in their 40s, and some with their husband saying, go do it, baby, we don't need another baby. And some saying, don't do it, baby. But the whole purpose of the episode is to say, this is my body, this is my choice. I get to say and do what the fuck I want to do. Yeah.
But people got away from that.
Is that when you thought they were going to replace the father?
Yes. Oh, you better let Terry back. Yeah, and they
show Good Times. They show Good Times, and they're like, I remember when he got a lighter skinned daddy to come in and play. Why do they have to do James like that?
but the people are so invested.
Yeah,
it's like we can't give them enough.
Yeah.
Like the third season just came out yesterday. They was like, well, I'm done. Where's the fourth season?
What?
And I'm like, motherfuckers, it's been one day. It's been one day.
Jeez.
Stop watching them all in the first day.
Yeah, pace yourself.
They won't pace themselves.
Oh, that's great, though. That's
great. It is great. It say we have something that they've been waiting on.
Yeah, God. It's so refreshing. It's like, it's kind of like when in politics, when you have all these guys, it's kind of why Trump got slid in.
I was just told somebody
because he showed up and he is what he is, but he was real.
He said everything what all the other white men were scared to say.
That's right.
and he said it funny, and he meant what he said, and he fucked up some words.
Yeah.
And so who gravitated to him? The poor white trash people. Yeah, we got somebody that look like us.
Yeah.
And, you know, me as a black person, like, this fucker should do stand-up if this don't work out for him.
Really, that's what all stand-ups thought. I kept saying he's like a shock comic from Long Island. He was funny. And the thing about comics is they always call bullshit on what's happening in the moment. And that's what he did in those debates with all those other guys. He was calling people names and calling bullshit, and people leaned in. They're like, finally someone that's being truthful. I mean, it was a big mess of truth, but that's what broke through.
That's what broke.
And that's what your show. I mean, sorry to lump you in with Trump.
Oh, no, it's okay.
But that is that thing, is like when somebody walks into whatever arena and they're calling bullshit and being honest, it really breaks through, because everything else is so glossy.
Yeah, and everybody else was staying super professional.
Yeah.
And when all they had to do was like, shut the fuck up, Trump. You ain't shit too. But
That's right.
Everybody wanted to stay within the rules. And it's time he win, they all wanted to fucking shy away when he started acting like a fool and realized he don't know shit about politics. No, he did not know anything about politics.
Yeah.
He duped all you fuckers.
That's right.
But he duped you and told the truth to the people.
That's right.
And he was like,
Yeah.
the funniest shit I ever seen Trump do was charge his Secret Service to stay at his hotel.
You're right. That's right. He would charge his own Secret Service
to protect him.
You're right.
But,
here's your bill.
But you gotta give him credit, because that's his fucking hotel, and them rooms cost money. Y'all can't be in here eating up my shit. I'm the president, but I'm still running a fucking business on the side.
That's right. He's a gangster. God.
Trump was downstairs eating $1,000 dinners, putting it on us. I'm the president. Y'all gotta feed me.
Yeah, I'm getting room service. I'm raiding the minibar. I'm not paying for it.
Put it on the country. Put it on the country. And then these fucking people like, yeah. I'm like, you stupid motherfucker. We all paying for this shit. I always think about the people who raided the what was that they raided?
When the Congress?
When they ran up in Congress. The ones who sitting in jail now.
Yeah.
Saying, what the fuck? Trump ain't wrote them no letter.
No.
Ain't put no money on their commissary.
That's right.
Ain't bought them no cigarettes.
He didn't visit.
They in jail for 8 years. Especially the guy who had his foot on Pelosi's desk.
Yeah.
It make you say,
Yeah.
I probably had to get out and whoop Trump ass.
Yeah.
I was for you, dude. You left me hanging.
They're all gonna get out of jail and start climbing the sides of Mar-a-Lago, breaking into his resort.
You know he ain't shit. Is it true that he really buried his ex-wife on the golf course?
Yes, she's buried on his golf course.
And I bet he got a mouth right there at the top of her head so the balls can go in.
The practice putting green.
He called it the dead space.
I keep saying that to everybody. I'm like, do you realize he buried his ex-wife on his golf course? That is like...
Ain't that his kid's mama?
That's evil stuff. Yeah. Buried on his golf course. That's like
Who told him he
James
had the right
Bond
to the
villain
body?
stuff.
Who told him he had the right to the body?
I don't know. I don't think he follows the rules.
Oh, he don't.
When you do the pilot, you put everything, all your stories, everything in it. You're just like you're bursting with stuff. And the first season, start telling all those other stories.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still have lots of places you can go,
Yes.
or is it become trickier, or does it get easier because you have the voices of the characters?
I think right now we so blessed, because I was just telling my co-creator today, over the time we have off, we talk about, things that happen in my life, things that we see in the news, or things that happen to my kids or happen to him, and we try to incorporate them into the show. We just write a list. Well, what do you think about this? What do you think about that story? And we was talking today, and I was like, do you realize we still have ideas from the first season that we never use? So we have this whole grid of stuff, just ideals.
Yeah.
And I thought we had it planned out, but by the time we hit the writer's room, we probably used 2 ideas of the 15 ideas that we thought we had.
Right.
And wrote and already, gotten ready for a whole nother season.
Yeah.
So it's just, we blessed. Where a lot of times you go to writer's room or you see shows, they spend 15 hours in the writer's room. That ain't what we do.
No.
We know what we came to do.
Right. Get in, get to work.
Get in, get to work, and we got the stories.
Right. Oh, that's great.
So that's why a lot of people like the writing room. They like 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 hours.
Oh, nice.
And you out of there.
Oh, that's great.
It ain't no long sleeping in the writer's room. That's when the shit
Passing
ain't
menus
from,
around.
Yeah, that's when the shit ain't came from nowhere. You got to make it all up.
Right. Yeah.
We on the Misfit show. We know what we're doing, and
right.
we know what we came to do.
Yeah. And how is it going? Because you're in demand now, and your specials are coming out at the same time. Filling up that keeping the stand up, because you're on tour now too.
I'm on tour. I'm getting ready to in the fall. I'm going into a theater tour, moving into theaters. And I don't know if you know this, but I work radio in the morning in Atlanta at V103.
Boy, oh boy.
It's busy.
Yeah.
It's really busy. So, I try to work only Fridays and Saturdays so I can be able to do things with my family and I can, get into the writer's room. But stuff is beginning to cross over each other. And I'm going to eventually have to let something go so I can do other things.
Yeah. No, you have to. Do you feel like the stand-up, you still enjoying it?
Yes. The stand-up will always come first for me for one reason and one reason only, because that's what I own. They can say, hey, we're done with the Miss Pat show. We're done with you. That's what Hollywood do. Yeah. And they move on to the next hot, fat black girl. Right now, I'm becoming that. But with stand-up, it's something that they cannot take from me. And it's something that I have ownership on by myself, not with nobody else. Yeah. So where they have given me a TV show to help me boost my platform as a stand-up, and it is something that I'll never let go away. Yeah. I have to go on the road at least 3 times out of the month. Yeah. At least, because it's, when all this shit is over, I want to still be able to live. Yeah, exactly. And that's where the most money is made. Yeah. I tell people all the time, look at Mr. Kevin Hart, $100 million tour. Yeah. I don't know if he's getting $100 million a movie, but I don't think so. Right. When you can just go out and do something you enjoy and see the world and have $100 million tour. Amazing. It's amazing. And it's something that you created and you own it. Can't nobody take from you. Does your husband tour with you? Hell no. That's why you love it so much. No, I think even if my husband toured, he wouldn't come out the hotel room. Right, exactly. Because people like, let me tell you, he's like, who the fuck are you? So he would just stay in the hotel room. Even when he do come on the road, he just, I stay at the house and chill. Yeah. Somebody need to take care of these dogs and kids. I one time early on, it kind of floated to my wife, what if you came along and helped with the merch? Helped sell the stuff. She almost divorced me right there. She was like, I'm not coming out on your tour selling your merch. How dare you? I ended up hiring 2 assistants to do that. And it makes my life a lot easier now. They put it up, break it down, and I can come out and enjoy the fans while I still can. Yeah. I love coming out, talking and listening and taking pictures with people. It's the best. Because it's going to eventually get to that point where I can't. Yeah. I did a theater, where was I at week before last? Where was I at, Pam? Week before last? When I did that theater. Michigan. I was in Detroit. That's where I was at. And I did a 1,300 seater that sold out. And I was like, I'm going to go out here and sign the books. Everybody bought books. So I was like, if you bought a book, I sign it, take picture. They worked the shit out of me. Oh, I was about dead. Because, it was so many people in line. The line was so long. And I was like, oh, my God, I love these people, but I'm so tired. That's the thing. You get to that point. I do the same thing. I love going out and signing because you hear from them. Yes. And it's like, I drove 6 hours. You got me through the pandemic. Yes. You this. But then you get to a certain number and, it's longer than your act.
You're sitting in the lobby for another hour 45.
Yes,
It's another, it's tough.
I'm trying to work out a way where, and then you don't want to say, I can only take pictures with the people who purchase something. Because then you don't want to feel like, hey, you just spent your money to see me.
No, exactly.
But you have to do something. I don't want to charge for pictures, so I'm trying to work it out.
I know.
Yeah.
The same way. It does get tricky. But, man, that is a great thing, isn't it?
Yes.
When you actually hear from them.
Yes.
Such a good thing.
And when you can ride into a city and it's already sold out, and you just,
best.
I think, I've been doing this 21 years, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I've waited a long time to get here, and I didn't think I was going to. Every comic don't make it to this level.
No.
And so I'm just like, I'm so grateful that people are appreciating what I'm talking about and the content that I'm putting out. And, and can respect the hard work I put behind everything that I do.
Did you have doubts early on?
Yes, we all do. Mm-hmm. I remember going to Montreal to the what is that festival called?
Just for Laughs.
Just for Laughs. First year I went, and they was like, "Oh my God, you go to Just for Laughs, you're gonna blow up." Every young comic want to blow up.
Yeah.
And so I go to Just for Laughs, and Just for Laughs have a season. Mm-hmm. The one season is a white boy, next season is a black girl, a black man. They have seasons.
Right.
And I went to season of the young white boy, and I think he was from London. And we did New Face, and they was swaddled around him like a fucking bee with honey. And I was like, oh, they told me I was going to get a manager. I didn't get nobody likes me. I was so fucking disappointed.
Yeah, the worst.
I was so disappointed, but I have to give my hats off to Jeff Singer, because you remember Jeff Singer?
Yeah, I love Jeff.
Jeff Singer saw something in me.
Right.
And he kept inviting me back.
Ah, nice.
And he kept talking to me. And and I still talk to him to this day.
Yeah.
And he just, every year he found a spot.
That's the best.
I didn't get anything out of New Faces.
Right.
I didn't get, he brought me back. A couple years later, I did the Dirty Show. Then he put me on the bigger shows. Then I got representation, and until he left, he was he always continued to put me on stuff. Him and Robert
champion.
Paul.
Yeah, you need a champion.
You do need a champion.
You really
and
do.
Jeff Singer was my champion.
It's amazing.
Yes.
It's a big deal. I never even got to New Faces. I tried every year and could not get it. And then I just went away. I'm like, I'm just done trying. And then I just went and did it myself. And then I rolled back into Montreal, opening for Jerry Seinfeld. And the guy who turned me down 4 years in a row was there.
Who was it, Jeff?
I forget his name.
Robert
No, it wasn't those guys. No, it was before them. It wasn't Robbie, it wasn't Jeff, it was
How long you been doing
guy.
comedy?
It'll be 30 in June.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So when you roll back in with Seinfeld, what happened?
And this guy came backstage and was like, "We got to get you to come to the festival this year."
No shit, Sherlock.
And I didn't cause shit. I didn't call him out. I just, that would be a lot of fun. And it just inside, I was just like, you
motherfucker. Isn't it crazy? Like, as a comic,
Yeah.
you remember going to these places before the success hit you.
Yeah.
And you remember being who you was mistreated by, but they don't ever remember mistreating you.
Nope.
I just went to a venue, won't say where it was at.
Yeah.
Drove all the way to this venue from Indiana. And now I ain't gonna say where it was at. It was a 9-hour drive. I got there, and I was supposed to be featuring, and because I opened for another comic at the time, and I got there, and they made me MC for $30. I got $30 fucking after I drove 9 hours. 9 hours. I didn't even get a hotel. I had to pay for my own hotel until the headliner comic got in town.
Oh my God.
I made, for the 2 nights I came, it was $60. I wasted all my fucking, at the time I was only making $500.
God.
And it pissed me off so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I went to my hotel and I cried. I said, but you know what? One day, I'll go back to this venue and I'm going to sell out. And I just did. I just recently went back to this venue. And
Nice.
And it paid me so much more than $30. So much more.
Yeah. And you don't have to rub it in their face.
No, I didn't say anything. They said, "Oh, I don't know how I miss you. We gotta get you back." I said,
How come we never had you before? You ever get that?
Yeah. How did I miss you, Miss Pat? Really, motherfucker? Really?
Yeah.
They don't remember mistreating you. I mean, I have to give a big shout out to the guy who's the manager over the Houston Improv. God damn it, if I wasn't looking at my phone, I could tell you who it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, the manager of the Houston Improv, he's like the GM over
Still there?
Yeah. Well, he's over that one. He's the one in Austin. Not Austin, the one in
Phoenix?
San Antonio.
Oh, San Antonio.
All of those he's over. I have to give a shout out to him because, man, he used to look out for me.
Yeah.
God almighty, he used to look out for me. I remember the time I used to open for this one person. They would take my hotel and give it to their hoe. And he would come in and use his points to allow me to have a place to stay.
Wow.
Never complained, always looked out for me. And when I came back and sold out the Houston Improv, I came out and sold out a Wednesday because I don't think they thought I could sell it out because it's so big.
Right.
And I remember him paying me, and he damn near had tears in his eyes. And he said, "If I ain't happy to see nobody get on top, I'm happy to see you." Because so many times I came to that club and that person had to look out. Raymond is his name. I was gonna fucking find his name. Raymond took care of me, baby.
It's the best.
So many times Raymond looked out for me.
That's the thing. Like, you remember the people that, you know, paid you $30, but the ones that really stick are the ones that looked out for you. Like, that's a big deal because it doesn't take much because everyone is so shitty to you.
Yes.
That if someone even shows you any bit of kindness.
Yes.
I remember being just excited that I went to a club and they let me order from any part of the menu. Remember, they'd be like, only comedians, you can only have these things down here.
There's a story about Seinfeld. It's a club called The Governor. You remember that one? And they didn't have, they said, well, I guess when Seinfeld was before he did Late Night with Johnny Carson, I might have this story a little bit wrong.
Okay.
And they said he worked out and they fucking treated him not nice.
Right.
I want to say the club is The Governor. I could be wrong.
Yeah, Governors in Long Island, probably.
I don't know, but anyway, I think they wanted him to play after he did Late Night. And he blew up. He said, if you put a bathroom in the green room, they put a bathroom in the green room. He said, "Fuck y'all." That's a story. He still didn't go back. Now, I might have the club wrong.
I have a story about that. I started opening for him when he was first coming back to stand up, and he asked me to open for him at Governor's at that place.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And we're backstage. I think this is in the documentary, in that comedian documentary. And the manager comes in. This is Jerry Seinfeld, like, just off the show. Like, there's no one in the country bigger than Jerry Seinfeld. And he's back at Governor's, and he's just warming up before he's going to go out and tour. And we're sitting backstage, and the manager comes and tells me, so you do 10 minutes up front, and then bring Jerry on. And then he turns to Jerry and goes, and if you can be done by 8:45, because we have another show, we're going to need to turn it over. So you got to be off stage by 8:45. And Jerry goes, how big do you have to be? I'll do what I want. Governor's still giving him shit.
I don't know if that was a club, but that was a story I once heard. And I said, I always want to get to that level where I say, fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. You know, but they act like they forget that they mistreat you.
Yeah.
You never know who walks into your club and they're the next star.
No.
Or they just need a little support, a little bit of hand. And I always thank Raymond of the Houston Improv for looking out for me.
Yeah.
I mean, that was times I wasn't even in that city and he would fucking loan me points for a hotel. He always looked out for me.
Did you have a moment where you felt like before the show, before your TV show, that you were like, okay, I am gonna make it as a comic. I don't know what's gonna happen TV wise, film wise, but were you in a spot where you were like, something's gotta happen or I'm out of here?
I never really wanted to quit.
Yeah.
But I did need the money to change, you know, because when you get to be that $1,500 comic, $1,500 a week comic, that means you done did okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's the first okay step.
Right. You're like,
when you get
okay.
out to 800, you're 1,500.
Yep.
Then there's a zone 15 to 2,000.
Yep.
And I remember getting up to like 3,000. I'm like, I'm stuck. I need something. I need a boost.
Right.
You know, because eventually they're going to start taking your ass back down.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm in the middle of all this talk. I sell a book and all of this stuff. And I'm like, I was in a rut. I was like, oh, this shit was getting up.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not enough money.
There's no momentum. You're not moving.
You're not
progressing anymore.
Yeah, and that was with a plane ticket.
Yeah.
Nobody paid. They pay for your travel now. They weren't paying for my travel then.
Yeah.
So if I couldn't get in first class, so I had to fucking really hustle to get a ticket. And by that time, and you get there and you eat, you might come home with $1,800.
Yeah.
So you really a $1,500.
You still, yeah, and you're like, so what was I when I was a $1,500?
$600. Oh damn, $600 comedian. But you know, there've been times I was stuck, but I always said I just got to treat it like a business.
Yeah.
Like I remember when everybody was leaving websites, going over to
social media.
Yeah, social media.
Yeah.
And they was forgetting the website, and it was something that I got. And I will tell you what happened. So I did Mark Maron podcast, and then I did Rogan.
Right.
And Hollywood came calling. Well, nobody went straight to social media looking for me. John Rattler, who that's my friend now, but he's the one that found me. He went and found my website and was able to contact my manager. And so when I had no money, I always made sure I paid that website.
Right.
I mean, I have a lot of dates, but I paid that website so people can find me.
Yeah.
And when they found me, it would be, it'll look like I had some business about myself.
Right.
Other than DMing me on the fucking social media. Everybody like, I'll get your other website. Facebook. I said, no, this sets me apart. Just let people know that I'm serious about this shit.
Yeah, real act.
And it was he was from Imagine, Ron Howard Company.
Right.
And I walk in there, and here I sat down with him, and I heard you on Broken Podcast. I want to talk to you about giving you a show. And I'm like, no shit.
Where the hell you been?
Where the hell have you been?
Were you intimidated? Were you?
I was never intimidated.
When they come and say, we're gonna do this, were you confident?
I wasn't really familiar with what Hollywood was about.
Yeah.
But I was willing to learn. One thing I'm not gonna let you do is take advantage of me. One thing I'm not gonna do is not say what the fuck is on my mind. I've had to learn over the years dealing with corporate America, which is Hollywood.
Yeah.
You just can't say I slapped the shit out of you. You gotta say it in a different way. You can't say. That was time I had writers in the room. I was like, you motherfuckers suck. Well, everybody got an agent, and this shit got a union, so you gotta be careful. What the
Phone
fuck
calls are made, emails are circulating. Ms. Peck, can we talk to you for a minute? This is Helen from HR.
Yes. I was never intimidated. Nothing scared me.
Yeah.
I walked in the room, and I can only be me.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, all I know how to do is be me. And we went in, we pitched the show to Fox with Lee Daniel and Ron Howard Company, and they bought it. And I remember everybody like, oh, they bought it. And I said, what did they buy?
Yeah.
They say, Lee was like, bitch, they bought the show. I said, they bought this shit. And then he said, so I said, excuse me, y'all. Everybody celebrating Fox still. And I said, is y'all gonna ask me, can I act?
Yeah.
And Lee said, bitch, you can't act. I said, I'm a fucking comedian. We don't act. We study our lines and we go out there and say
You have
shit.
made a horrible mistake. You have made a horrible mistake buying this show.
So then they go watch my stand-up and they realize I dropped out of school in the 8th grade. I'm like, oh, the bitch can't read either. The bitch can't read either. I said, I can read. And so, no, I was never intimidated by Hollywood.
Yeah. just had to learn it.
I had to learn it. I knew
Yeah.
I wanted, you know.
Yeah.
The thing I hated about all those fancy ass meetings, I'm like, why you people not fat? All you do is go to lunch.
Right.
Y'all do more lunch and dinner meetings than anything.
Just sitting around.
Eat.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Did you have the same kind of faith when they started? Because you hear the story a lot of it being canceled, something being canceled at one place, and everybody says, oh, we'll just shop it around, it'll end up somewhere else, and that rarely happens.
I was, you know what, man, I'm so blessed because you don't get 3 shots. I had 3 writers on the same project, a no name. Nobody knew nothing about me.
Yeah.
Nothing about me. It was like, when you talking about striking at the right time, when I met Lee Daniel, Empire was the biggest shit on TV. Nobody could touch it.
Yeah.
So, you know, they was fucking flying around Lee Daniel like gnats.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
whatever he says,
whatever you
go.
want. Yeah.
And when I went through the first writer, which was the first season of Empire, and it didn't work out. When I went through the second writer, and it didn't work out, and I was like, nobody gets another chance. I actually thought it was over.
Right.
And then Lee was like, y'all give her one more chance. It's something here, guys. It's something here.
Yeah, yeah.
And they gave me that next chance, and we found that writer. I'm just so blessed because I've heard so many stories where people do not get 2 and 3 chances. And then we get a pilot and we take it out, and bam, Hulu bought it.
Yeah.
And shot it.
Yeah.
It still did not feel real to me.
Yeah.
And I remember, and I always tell this story about the big person over Hulu at the time, and I was telling everybody, I said, he's not gonna buy it. He's not gonna buy it. They was like, what are you talking about? We're out here killing this 250 people seeing us live. I said, he don't understand it. And I said, my spirit told me he don't like it.
Uh-huh.
And my spirit told me that.
Yeah.
And I knew that.
You knew it.
It took him 6 to 9 months to drop it. But when they finally dropped it, I'll never forget, I was walking on stage on Valentine's Day. It wasn't my birthday. It was Valentine's Day. And to perform in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I get a call from Lee Daniel, and he said they dropped it. And he sounded like he was in tears. I said, hey, I got to go out here. I got 400 people out here waiting on me to perform.
Yeah.
I said, well, we'll find a home. Not one time did I ever not think we would find a home.
Really?
And we found the right people.
Yeah.
Which was BETPlus.
Jeez. Is it much nicer being around fewer white people?
Actually, I got white people in my room.
You do?
Yes. I don't go for black or white. You know, you
But
go...
does BETPlus give you a feeling like at least they speak our language, they understand?
Yeah, they do. And I
Yeah.
go out and find people no matter what I look for good people.
Yeah.
Not colored people, not black people, not white people. I look for good.
Right.
And there's some shitty black people as writers and some shitty white people as writers.
Yeah.
I go out and get what makes sense for my show.
What about executives?
Yeah, I got Imagine. Of course, Imagine is white.
Yeah.
I love you, Nat.
Yeah, because I've been in shows where they're like, well, what if you, and they pitch to you, well, what if you were married to a black woman? And I'm like, that's great, and that might look good, and that might make a good story, but I can't write that. I can't write that because I never lived it. I haven't been in that situation.
Yeah.
I haven't been that close to a woman in that culture that I could actually write it and make it funny. It's gonna be fake, you know.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be,
and it's gonna come off on string like that.
Right, exactly.
And so, I think the good thing about the producers that we have, they understand me. We spent some time together before this show got on TV.
Right.
So they understood who I was.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, when we walked into BET together with Imagine and Lee Daniel, only people that had to get to know me was BET. You know, they didn't even
Right.
realize I had a diverse audience.
Right.
They thought I was just a damn crazy Negro. To the first season, and all these white people go, "Oh, I love BETPlus. I love the label. What the fuck?" And they realize that bitch just got a diverse audience. Yes, I do.
Wow, look at this reach we have now.
They know, but over the last 3 seasons, they have gotten to know who I am.
Right.
Like I be riding or die for my show. I be like, "Hey, y'all gonna nominate us for something? Hey, well, how much money y'all got for my show?" And I also invest you know, I don't sit back and wait on anybody to promote our show. I just knew the first season that I was gonna need help getting this show out there because it was such a new platform. So I went out and hired a fucking PR person who make way more noise. Now all she do is just talk. I think her battery's in her back. But
I know who you're talking about, and I think you're right.
I was like, if she don't get shit done, can't shit get done. You hear me?
She is on it.
When I first met her, it was so funny because you know you meet them and then we look for a PR person, and I was like, damn, she talk a lot. I said, but it's something about her I like.
Yeah.
So I ended up going with somebody else, and it was the most opposite. The person that talked to me, I think the white lady was scared of me. She just stared at me, and I was like, can y'all go back and get that big mouth bitch that I interviewed 2 weeks ago? I liked her more.
She talks a lot, but we'll have her talk about me a lot.
Yeah. I said, that motherfucker like to talk. What's the lady name who talked out the fucking whole interview? I was like, I'm texting, get me out this fucking conference call.
Well, that was a cool thing too, especially when you could tell when it was starting to catch. I could tell just as a comedian, you have the thing that actors don't really have, especially when their first break, which is a comedian is used to showing up, going on radio, going on TV, doing your promotion yourself, showing up and letting for all those years of showing up early, doing morning radio to sell the place in Indiana and all that kind of stuff, you didn't lose that. It was like you were promoting it. You were everywhere.
I'm telling you, Pam had me so many places to the point where I said, stop. My tongue had left the building. I can't talk no more. Because what she did is I promoted all the way to second season came out, took a small break and started promoting again.
Yeah.
So we never really stopped promoting.
No, it's not a break.
I didn't have space for a break.
Yeah.
I was on a new platform that wasn't as big as Netflix and Hulu.
Right.
So I had to make some noise.
Yeah.
And so I had to rattle some pans and pots and shit.
Yeah, get out there.
Yeah, we had to get out there. And people was, each time, it would blow me away. People like, why nobody told me about the Miss Pat show? Why the fuck have you been? How did I miss you?
Right, exactly. I've been everywhere.
Yeah, I've been
Isn't
everywhere.
it funny when you go around and you promote and then you end up in some place and you're like, what is this thing? And it's 3 minutes long. They're like, so you have a new show? That's exciting. So when is it on? Okay, great. So where did you start comedy? Okay, thanks for being here. And you're back in the car like, what the hell just happened?
I'm like, why you waste my time with that bullshit? I ain't got time for this. But that's when I usually talk over. And let me tell you about my show. And and you ain't make me get up and take no bath and brush my teeth for no bullshit.
Right. I'm not really answering your dumb question.
I'm not. Y'all go watch the Miss Pat show on BETPlus. All 3 seasons. I be just talking and I be forgetting I'm being interviewed. I start interviewing the interviewer.
Yeah, right, exactly. You take over. They're like, so how'd you start in comedy? Well, the Miss Pat show is on Thursdays. Last time I talked to you, I had my daughter in college, and she was looking to get a car. And do you remember this?
Yes.
And she was looking to get a car, and I was like, I just want a car for like $2,000. Why can't I get a car for $2,000? And you were like, no, that's not what cars cost now, and you should make her. And I was like, I'm not going to get her a car for like $15,000. And you're like, do it. That was your advice. Do it. Make her sign. Teach her about credit. Teach her about responsibility, and get her the car. Literally a day after we talked, maybe 2 days, my father was doing Meals on Wheels for people, and a woman walked up to him. An older woman walked up and said, "Do you know anyone that wants a used car for $2,000?"
You lying.
Nowhere. I swear to God. She had a Toyota Corolla with like 50,000 miles on a little old lady car, and we bought it directly from her immediately. I said, get it. I was just talking.
Her $15,000.
She would have had me in the poorhouse. I got it for $2,000. It's still running.
Oh, great.
Is that amazing? It was so weird. It was like a blessing out of nowhere. This woman just walked up to my father as he's passing out food. Do you know anyone that wants a car for $2,000?
Wow.
Yeah.
Aren't you lucky?
I know, really lucky. So tell me about married life now before you go.
Still married.
How long you been married?
Over 30 years.
30.
He's retired, crazy. I don't know what it is about old men that listen to the TV really loud. I fucking hate that.
I hate it too.
I'm like, baby, can you turn the TV down? It ain't loud. You yelling. It's loud. And so I thought it was just my husband until I called my friends and they were like, no, it's mine too.
Yeah.
So I wait till while he's trying to sleep and I get on TikTok on his ass all night long, laughing my ass. What you doing? I'm doing what you do during the daytime. Get on your fucking nerves.
30 years. We're at 22.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I still love him some days.
Yeah. What's the best thing that he makes food-wise?
Anything he cook.
Yeah. What's your
Yeah.
favorite thing?
I think I like when he bake.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, when he bake. When he's trying to eat healthy, he sure make healthy shit taste good.
But if you pull some cookies out.
We usually eat cookies after the healthy shit. We figure we didn't get all the calories up front.
It goes into like a different level when you're together that long. It becomes like,
You start to look alike.
yeah, you really are like this weird comedy team.
He actually cracks me up.
He does? He's
Yes,
funny?
He's very funny.
Oh, yeah?
He say some of the crazy shit, and he has me. I mean, till sometime laughing. Like, I don't think he laugh at me.
Oh, really?
No, like he enjoyed the TV show.
He does?
He really did.
Does he like the husband on the TV show?
Yeah, he likes the husband. He was up when the husband auditioned. He's like, "That's Terry right there."
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
he likes him.
Oh, that's good.
He visits the set every now and then.
Yeah, that's
Not
good.
a lot. But
Not a lot.
He'll come maybe 10 episodes. He might come 2-3 times.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need him around more than that.
Nah, I'm at work. I don't come to your job and sit and watch you work. So don't sit and watch me work.
Well, thanks for being here. This was really great.
Well, thank you.
I'm
for
so glad
having
to
me.
to sit down. We've done it a lot of Zoom stuff before.
Yes.
I think we did it live in Just for Laughs.
Just for laugh, yeah.
Yeah, you were actually one of our very first interviews of all time.
Really?
Yeah, because we just started that show and for some reason went to the festival immediately. And
Oh,
yeah, you
wow.
were one of the very first.
Well,
and
thank you.
it's so great to see this all happening. It's
Thank you. Thank you for letting me on, and I'm happy it's finally happening.
yeah, no kidding. Whew.
It feels good when you can balance your checkbook and you still got a balance.
Yeah. When you're in the supermarket and you don't have to look at the prices, you're just like, I like that.
I like that. I know. I like that. I'll be like, wait, man, I'm getting bougie.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the price.
I don't even fucking look at the price. And I get up to the $1,800. Okay, that's fine. And going on out the door.
Yeah.
I was at Sam Clubs the other day. Got to the register, it was $1,500. I was like, what the fuck did I buy?
It's the best.
So it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
All right. Enjoy the bread. Sorry it got
Thank
stuck in
you.
your teeth.
No. I'm going to eat this shit. We're
All
going to
right,
put some
good.
ranch on it.
All right.
We're going to blacken it up for you.
You're the best. We got it, Aaron. All right, that's it for Ms. Pat. I hope you enjoyed it. I told you she's a unique and special person. Make sure you check out her show. Go to BETPlus and check out the new season. You could also catch all of the previous seasons. She is hilarious. She is great. She's legendary. Thank you to Ms. Pat for being here. Thank you to all of you for listening. You guys are the best. Your comments and running into you on the road has been a lot of fun. Go to tompapa.com, look up all of my tour dates. We added an extra show in Atlanta, a second show in Chicago. We're going off to London to do shows in a couple weeks at the Leicester Square Theater. A lot of great dates. We just added Cincinnati. We've got Atlantic City. We have a lot of great shows on there. So go to tompapa.com and look up all of that good stuff. And that's it. See you next time.